Coach Newton Thomas, Horse Cave Colored School, 1938 through 1956. The legend of Coach Newton Thomas is one of the most unique stories in Kentucky high school basketball history. As principal of tiny Horse Cave High School, he responded to the students' request to form a basketball team. To prepare for coaching, he attended a clinic in 1938 given by UK coach Adolph Rupp. Coach Thomas was on a path that would lead him to the glory road of Kentucky high school basketball. The Tigers improved quickly, and in the seasons of 1944 and 45, they won 65 consecutive games, including a national championship. Coach Thomas ended his career as an educator, teaching advanced math and science classes at Consolidated Caverna High School. He stayed involved by coaching a Little League basketball. Coach Newton Thomas is deceased.
Well, growing up, my uncle was sort of aloof, very quiet spoken, and I know that he was dead set on being educated about his surroundings. The one thing that he and my Aunt Ella always talked about was the teams and the players that he coached. And from the perspective in which they talked, it wasn't just their team, it was like these young men were their sons. And they never had children of their own, so it seems like to me in their conversations, they adopted these young boys who are men, and later on when they get to talking to me about them, they talked about how successful that they were, and it didn't have nothing to do with the money that they were making. It was the strides they had made in society. He said the strategy that he used for the teams was the same strategy that they could use for life. In order for them to be better at their position, they had to go out and get all the information that they needed to be a better fit for the team, but it was also a metaphor for being a better fit in society. And he always said, don't worry about the things that you can't do, focus on the things that you could do. So I didn't know the players personally that he coached, but I felt like I knew him through the many conversations that we had when he was talking about it. Telling me that he couldn't figure out why they asked him, but he decided since they asked him, he was gonna try to do his best in endeavor. He said he didn't have a clue what he was doing, but he said he can remember them having to practice or play outside on an outside court or a dirt court. He said, but it didn't change the game. He said it was the X's and O's that was in there, and he said it was the mentoring that he got to do and what he loved best. So if anybody that knew Uncle knew, very quiet spoken, but you know, what was that, carry a big stick? No, speak softly and carry a big stick. That's the way he was. You know, when he said it, you knew exactly what he meant, but he gave it to you in a way that where you could digest it and wouldn't feel offended, because there was times I didn't often understand what he was talking about, and then he'd explain it to me later. One of the greatest things he ever said to me, and I still use it today, is that you need to walk in your purpose. But in order for you to walk in your purpose, you would have to be spiritually connected to God. And he said, you ask God what it is he wants you to do, and then when he tells you, don't worry about what's surrounding you and the hurdles you have to jump over. He said, just go and do it, because whatever your purpose is, it's going to benefit the world.